Welcome back to Lone Star Conference Basketball Media Day. Trey Reed here with women's head coach Noel Johnson. Glad to have you with us here today.
Thank you, Trey.
So look into this. You guys have won 44 games in the last 2 years, 2 trips to regionals, 6 seniors back. Yet you look at some of the preseason polls, and you guys have kind of turned from the hunted to the hunters.
To the hunters, you know, and that comes with consistency. We had a little bit of an inconsistent year last year. Our leadership was struggling in some areas, and the chemistry wasn't quite there. So, you know, this year I feel like it's coming together, and I feel like we've got some leadership that's really starting to blossom in our seniors, and I think that's going to be the difference for us this year. You know, you talk about 44 games in 2 years. We'd like to have 74 wins in 3 years, and so these seniors are pretty driven this year. They did not like the way we ended last year, and I'm looking forward to them really being a spark for us and teachers on our team for our young kids.
This is a group that was known as the Hands team as freshmen. Interesting story is they got to witness the men hosting a regional here, and that kind of fueled your year going into their sophomore year.
It did a lot. You know, I know they were kind of referred to as the Diaper Dandies, and as a freshman class, those core five, and they worked that regional. It really sparked them to kind of climb the ladder a little bit and change the culture of our program and our team and the things that we do in practice and how we represent ourselves consistently on the floor and off the floor. And those core five have done a great job of doing that.
And looking into that year at the program record 26 wins, regional finalist. Last year into the regionals again with 18 wins. But you look at that and you can't help but to start with your senior forward, returning All-American, and Aundrea Carter.
Aundrea Carter, I tell you what, that girl is so special. She has a motor that will not quit. She's the most vocal person on the floor. She's the hardest working person on the floor. She's mentoring these young kids in practice, and that has been so fun to watch. I want her to have the best senior year she can, and it's been building up to this point for her. And I feel like she has an opportunity to make first-team All-American. She continues to work the way she is and has the mentality that she does right now. And, you know, to push her team forward. She can't do it alone. She's got a great core around her, and that's even going to make it better for her this year.
And obviously staying down low, you can't forget about the tall Taylor Dowd in the middle.
I know. You know, you don't recognize her without her bun on her head. You know, Taylor's such a special young lady. She really walked onto our program and has earned her way by hard work, by dedication, and being just kind of the model student athlete on our team. She can shoot the three. She's posting up very well, being physical. She came in a little heavier. She gets real thin as the season goes on. And so we really encouraged her to put on some weight this summer and lift, and she did a good job of that. You know, she's one of those core, those five that came in as a group. And so, you know, appreciate all she does for the program. She's working on her degree to be a kindergarten teacher. So if you can imagine a 6'4" kindergarten teacher, that's Taylor Dowd. So really, really special young lady.
Moving on through, you got to look at your senior point guard, Diana Jones.
Diana Jones, yes. Excited about this young lady. She was nicked up a little bit last year with her knee, and we had to sit her out a lot. And she came in healthy this year, and you know, she just changes the whole scope of the game when she's out there, and how she runs the offense, how she gets us into transition, her vision on the floor. You know, my 16 or 17 years of coaching, this young lady has the best vision on the floor I think I've seen, Division I and Division II. And, you know, her leadership and just she's the glue to what we do. Defensively, she's just got the quickest hands, and I'm excited for her this year to have an opportunity to hopefully get some accolades for herself, but not only that, to win another conference championship. She was the key to that her sophomore year, especially in the tournament with that last-second shot. And so I look for good things out of her. She's matured a lot. She's flipped that switch, and I'm so proud of her. And I cannot believe I'm sitting here talking about these young ladies as seniors, it feels like yesterday they were just freshmen.
And it's easy to make the transition to the next one to DJ's high school teammate.
Yeah, Shatoya.
And with her heart and her hustle, she
Yeah.
grabs a lot of rebounds from her guard and forward position
Yeah.
at the time.
She does. She's one of those kids that you just don't see her coming sometimes. She's so fast. She worked so hard this summer. She's in the best shape of her life. She's improved her shot. She's doing a great job of executing offensively what we need to do. We've tweaked some stuff offensively to really play to her strengths. And she's doing a really good job with her passing. She's really improved that. She worked on that this summer, and she wants some assists this game. It's not just everything off the dribble. She wants an assist to see more assists for herself, and then also getting her teammates some great opportunities. And rebounding, you can't get any better in a three position than her rebounding. She just can get up and elevate over people. So, and she's also kind of running dual roles this year. She has the ability now, because of how she's really worked this summer, of running point guard, and so she can run anything from the 1 to the 3 for us.
She always seemed to be in a hurry in the past. That might be a big.
And it seems like the game has kind of slowed down for her, and that's because she's worked at it.
And it's really, you look at so many seniors to look and pick from, but I guess the next one had to be your sharpshooter, Elisa Hampton.
Lee. She's also in the best shape of her life. She's done a great job this summer. She's expanded her game a little bit. She's worked on her ball handling. Her passing has improved a lot. Defensively, she got Lone Star Conference Defensive Player of the Week last year, and she sprungboard off of that to make herself more of a defensive threat, and it gave her a lot of confidence. And so her game is a lot more complete, and her range has improved because she is stronger, she is faster.
And your two seniors that weren't with the Diaper Dandies from the start, but you have Genomic Jenkins, who's in her second year here after coming in from Murray State, and the other is Shambrika Jones,
Yes.
who joined us from Charleston Southern.
Yes, and I'm going to tell you who has improved a lot is Shambrika Jones. She had a great summer. She's really slowed down with her moves on the block. She's making really good decisions in secondary moves. Defensively, we had a scrimmage. She had about 4 or 5 blocks in that scrimmage, and they were well timed. Her timing is better. She's in great shape. I look for her to score a lot more this year and be more of a force on the block area for us. Genomic Jenkins, we finally got her healthy. Her knee has been bothering her, and we finally got her back. We look for her to be, obviously, that point guard. We miss her on the floor when she's not out there. She's such a great defender on the ball. She's a great off-ball defender. She took the most charges on her team last year. She pushes tempo. Her vision's gotten better on the floor. She does a great job of commanding people, and I'm really proud of her. She goes 1 or 2. Her shot has gotten a lot better.
And with those 7 seniors, this year you're bringing in some help with the junior class at the point guard position with Kathryn Odom from Southern Arkansas.
Yes. Kat's quick. We got to get her to make good decisions with the basketball and understand what we're trying to do, and that's part of the learning curve. She's got great range from the 3. She's really quick. She pushes tempo for us. She may be small, but she's got a lot of spunk, and so we're happy to have her on our team.
You can't get away from that junior class without talking about Katie Brown.
Oh, Katie Brown. She's the beast in the paint. She's gotten stronger, if you can believe it. She's done a good job of working on her shot and her initial move on the block, her secondary move. And you can't block her out, and you can't get through her on a block out. She's the strength on our team.
Also bringing in more transfer help from sophomore level. You have Destiny Means coming in from UTSA.
Destiny is kind of a blank canvas. She's extremely talented, has the tools. Once she gets some confidence about what we're doing here and she completely understands offensively and defensively what we're doing, I think she's just going to take off. 6'2", long arms, can rebound, can finish, great touch around the basket. We just got to get her to kind of fit the mold of what we're doing offensively and defensively.
And from one of the strongest high school programs in the state of Texas in Duncanville.
You always want to get a Duncanville kid on your team.
And then your 2 returning sophomores that came off injury last year with Jennifer Sissel and Hannah Selzer. What can we expect to see from them?
Oh man, I'm so glad they're back. We missed them last year. Those two bring a basketball IQ that we were missing last year. Hannah's more the blue collar. I'm going to get on the floor. I'm going to get my hands dirty. Her shot has gotten so much better. She's knocking down some threes. I'm really proud of her. She rehabbed herself so well back from that ACL. Jennifer Sissel is just one of those kids that's kind of the glue. She does all the little things correctly. She's going to make a great move on the block. The game is slow for her, so she makes a good decision. She's increased her speed. She's gotten stronger. I'm so glad to have those two back.
And with a strong freshman class, what can we expect to see from your freshmen this year?
We got a young lady from Frisco Heritage, Montoria Tripp. We're looking for some great things from her. She has a great basketball IQ. I don't think you're going to find a more competitive young lady. She can go from the 1 to the 2. She has a great shot, great mid-range shot. Does a good job of getting people the ball. Great distributor. Pushing tempo in the full court. She's learning the tempo. She picks up on the offense, is very, very smart. Defensively is going to bring an on-ball defense that we hope she would bring. With Janae graduating this year, we hope she fills right into that spot to where if we need a stopper, it's going to be her. Then we got Whitney Taylor from Melissa. She's a utility kid. She could go 3 or 4, guard the post, guard the guard. She could post up. She can shoot 3. She's just one of those all-around kids that just know how to get it done. And then we've got, who else we got on there?
Krishan Crockett.
Krishan, oh my goodness. This young lady is another blank canvas, has all the talent in the world, athletic, can rebound. She's learning, with what we do offensively and defensively. And if you put her in a one-on-one situation, she can break you down and go score. Great rebounder, great defender. Just a great personality for the team. She's goofy, and it's fun to see how their personalities are starting to come out the more comfortable they're getting with the program.
Yeah, so you're going to have a couple more red shirts with Annie Shaw.
Annie Shaw is doing a great job. She's one of those kids that just understands the game. She may not be the fastest on the floor. She may not be the biggest. She may not be the strongest, but she plays bigger than what she is. She can play post defense. She can play guard defense. She just knows how to score. And she's done a great job of adjusting to what we're doing, and she's taken the coaching so well. And some of the offensive things that we do really play into her strengths. Sky Catleti is one of those other redshirt freshmen that we're looking to hopefully develop over this year. And she does so many things off ball. She does those intangible things, understanding angles. We just got to get her better with the ball in her hand and get her to be more of a defensive threat for us. But she's coming along great. And both of these young ladies are just soaking up everything we're doing. And they don't feel the pressure of having to get ready for a game because they're just really trying to learn and be ready for the next year.
And looking at the league as a whole, fighting West Texas A&M to overtime twice last year, and then seeing their advancement in the tournament, how does that make you feel about your team, especially with the returners coming in?
Yeah, and it's one of those things to where if we would have had one less turnover, made one more free throw, and that's just the way the ball bounces sometimes. And West Texas was a great team, well coached. Mark does a great job over there, and for us to take them to overtime. We felt good about it, but obviously we're heartbroken about it, and they deserved to go as far as they did because they were just on point with everything they were doing. And so, I think that was also an example to our kids of, you can't take a play off. We've got to have the leadership that we know we can have in our program, and it was evident with West Texas that they had that, and that carried them so far, and they were so motivated and consistent. And so it gave us a little bit of hope that we're just right there. We want to be able to go to obviously host regionals and go to the Elite Eight and have that opportunity that they did last year. So we don't feel like we're far away. We feel like we've got a great opportunity with the core that we have this year. It's just got to be day to day. It's a process. When you start looking the big picture of a season, you can get overwhelmed. You just got to worry about getting better each day and not worry about Baylor coming up in a week, not worry about who you've got. We're hosting a tournament in a week and a half, 2 weeks, and you just got to worry about today. And so that's what we're trying to do, and just get better every day. And you do that by reflecting on what you did with West Texas and Colorado Mesa. And so we've just got to continue to worry about us and not anybody else.
And you've had a lot of great experience with the Allen Event Center and the Lone Star
yeah.
Conference tournament. What kind of environment and how special is that to take part in?
As a coach, it makes your kids feel so special, and that's what you want to see. The way that this conference runs our conference tournament, the Lone Star Conference, it makes our kids feel really good. They put them on a big stage, and they deserve it because the season is long. The contract that we have with Allen, I think, is wonderful. The people of Allen are wonderful and so welcoming. The community service that we do just makes us fall in love with Allen even more. The fact that it's so fan-friendly and it's only 2 hours from Wichita Falls creates almost a home court advantage for us. And, people that they talk about it. They talk about it in August when I see them, and they're like, "Are y'all ready to go back to Allen?" And I said, "Yeah," and they're like, "We've already made our hotel reservations." And so it's something that, our fans and our administration and our school look forward to because we do feel like it's a home court advantage. It's such a great venue. It's well ran. Our conference office does a great job. Our kids feel like they're very special, and I think that's what it's about. It's how our student athletes feel. It's a huge recruiting tool for us as well, because people know of the Allen Event Center, and they understand, what kind of a big stage that is and how we stream it. We've had some of our recruits tell us that they've watched us play because of that, and so it's just a huge feather in our cap for our conference to be able to have something like that for our student athletes. I will tell you this, when you go to regionals, a venue will host it, and it's a little different than our conference tournament. Because it's at a neutral site, you do feel like it's more like a regular game going into somebody else's arena, and so that even makes it more special what we're doing with the conference tournament.
Well, thank you, Noel, and good luck this year.
Thank you.
This is Trey Reed with Midwestern State Women's Basketball. You're watching the Lone Star Conference Basketball Media Day.